One of the top reasons for success in my garden every year is the mulch that I use and make with shredded leaves. And the process starts in the fall, which is right now. And in this video, I want to take you through the entire process. Now, the key to having composted shredded leaf mulch is to gather up the whole leaves in fall. And there are a number of ways to do that. My favorite way is to get in my truck and drive the neighborhoods on the weekend and look for all those bags of leaves at the curbs. I pick those up and bring those home, and I put some of those through a leaf shredder. Now, as far as shredding the leaves, a leaf shredder is made for that one and only job, and it does a great job at that. But you could also run your mower over the top of it, or there are other ways too. The main thing is to break it down, and I like instruments that will break the leaves down to a 10-to-1 ratio. That's a good ratio to go with. So the process is simply, once you have your tool, is to get the leaves through the shredder and then collect it and put them into what I call a leaf corral, basically a collection bin that allows them to break down over the next 5 or 6 months, and by that time they should be ideal to use in your spring garden. You saw them start out as whole leaves, and this is how they look right after they've gone through the shredder. So this is my work area and where the leaf corrals live too. So I'm just going to dump these into a pile. I'm going to kind of segment them away from what's already there, because that's good stuff and I want to get to that first. But the new stuff, this right here, along with what I'll be adding, I'm going to dump around the edge, and then I'll bring a fence around it and build that up. So I'll know the new stuff is out here, the old stuff is back there, but that's how it all starts. So here we are about 8 months later. This is one of 3 leaf corrals that I have on my back 40. This is definitely the neglected part of my property, but it's out of the way, and that's the perfect place for just letting these leaves be what they are. Just breaking down on their own. The worms, the microorganisms, they're doing their thing, and I help them out to make it easier for them and to break it down faster by shredding them. One of the reasons that you shred, leaves had a lot of lignin in them, which is kind of a woody substance that causes things to break down slower. And so by shredding them down to make them smaller, you expose more surface area for the microorganisms to go to town, which is why at this point, 7 or 8 months later, when you get down in here, even though I haven't touched them, I've got the most beautiful leaf mold, shredded leaf mulch. It is soil-like almost, and that's exactly what I love for spreading into my garden beds this time of year. So again, no input from me, no turning like a traditional compost bin where you add the water and you turn it every week or so to bring in the oxygen. This is basically passive composting, but the reason this works so well in 7 or 8 months without any additional effort from me is because when these leaves went in, they were shredded and they were much smaller than the whole pieces, probably just about 10% of the original leaf size after they're shredded. So I'm going to take a couple tub trugs of this. I have a bed that I need to refresh the mulch in. Whew! It's bright coming in from out of the woods. I put my hat on, and I am so excited to spread this mulch. Oh, that's better. So this is like a dream come true for what I want my mulch to look like and feel like as it goes into my garden beds. And having sat there for 7 months or so on average, it's already taking on the components I need to improve the soil while it's doing the work that I need the mulch to do. But with all the microorganisms there, there's already a base amount of nutrients and plenty of those microbes that are going to go to work for the rest of the time as they continue to break this down and improve the soil. But as a mulch, it's doing everything that I need a mulch to do. In the vegetable garden especially, this 2-inch layer or so is going to suppress diseases that are in the soil and prevent them from splashing up. It's going to be a fantastic weed barrier. In the summer especially, it's going to help retain the moisture in the soil, so we're going to reduce all that evaporation that I would otherwise be dealing with without mulch, and it's going to moderate the soil temperatures. And with all the high heat we've been having lately, this mulch is keeping the soil cooler, and so the plants are much happier, which, by the way, this is chard, more of a cool season plant than anything else. I've really never grown it through the summertime, but here we are mid-July, and it's looking really good if I do say so myself. So the other thing about shredded leaf mulch that I've collected in the fall, I can feel really good about using this type of mulch. And so I'm very happy with knowing that, you know, a little bit of effort and really some fun for me to get all that I need for no cost, and it's breaking down to improve the soil over time, which is exactly what I want to do and why my soil is always so healthy. A lot of it has to do with the fact that I use this natural mulch product that is sourced for free and sustainably, and you can do the same thing, and I highly recommend that you do.